field it in the end zone. It's Austin. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. We thought we might see some of this. They'll go to the Wildcat formation here. On the snap, it's Austin. He's in open space downfield. Defense played the Wildcat very well on that one, stopping them for a short gain. Despite all the bitterness in the Alabama-Auburn rivalry, to many, this game, Alabama-Tennessee, has the richest tradition and carries the most importance.
And you think of some of the legends that have trolled the sidelines in this rivalry, right? Paul Bear Bryant, Johnny Majors, Nick Saban. This has been such a critical game, not just in the SEC, but all across college football as well, David.
In 1901, going back that far, this rivalry, the fans absolutely don't like each other. They don't like anything about each other. Every time the other team's playing, they're cheering against them. This game has always meant a lot.
There he goes. The 50. He's at the 30. He's at the 10. And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all away. Touchdown ball. Fast start for the offense. Points on the board already.
And the coaches talked to us this week of how important it was to getting out to a fast start. And that was the key to winning the game. The offense definitely took that message to heart.
They'll line up to go for two. They'll send the back in motion. Direct snap. It's Jordan. Into the end zone for the two, and they push that lead out to 8. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And he finished things off with an 83-yarder for 6. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it out. It's Hardy. No idea what he could have been thinking to try to return that one, and they stop him at the 7. Look at it this way. The field position is awful, but opportunity to pile up a lot of stats because there are a lot of yards in front of them. They'll try the run. Slams his way forward. He'll get 3 out to the 11. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6.
A nice job being gap sound by this defense. And here you go. Watch what this offense does. They'll get right back on the ball, and they'll go really quick, so you got to be prepared.
Back to throw, it's Daniels. And the incomplete pass taking a shot on 2nd down, and they'll be left with a 3rd down.
Well, you knew you were going to see it in this game, throwing the go route to one of the fastest players in all of college football. This receiver strikes fear in the heart of every defense because he's got elite track speed. He's going to blow the combine up in the 40-yard dash because of his wheels. Not able to connect with the quarterback on that one, but you know he has the defense's attention.
They told us they were going to be aggressive no matter where they were on the field. Didn't take long to prove it. Going for it on 4th down in their first drive. Quarterback adapting. Gets rid of it. And the incomplete pass, they roll the dice. Snake eyes.
It's really early in the game right now, and if it's 4th and short, 4th and medium, maybe I see going for it, certainly. But 4th and long, that's a situation I think you got to punt and just let the game play out. Trust your defense a little bit more.
And
That's now 2 on the game. This offense thought they could come into this one running the ball, being the more physical team, and they look like it right now.
They want to see if they can score the deuce. On the direct snap, it's Austin. He's into the end zone for the 2-point conversion, and they stretch that lead to 16. That's taking advantage of a golden opportunity set up with great field position, and they struck quickly for the touchdown. He'll bring it out. It's Hardy. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Here comes that Alabama offense. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play.
And the defense gets home. Yippee-ki-yay at the 35. The Crimson Tide just hoping at least to get some of the yardage back here on second down. Looking downfield, it's Daniels. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Jumped on top of the pile. Alabama pushing the tempo. On 3rd and long, trying to convert through the air. Quarterback doing what he does best. He can move. Unloads to the wideout. Wide open downfield. Now they're really starting to threaten as they pick up the first down at the 34-yard line. 3rd down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
No, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmys and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
How nice is it in this offense to have your best receiver playing in the slot? You're matching him up against linebackers, against safeties, or nickel corners. Nickel corners are oftentimes the defense's 3rd best cornerback. This guy is virtually uncoverable.
Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. Alabama with a 1st and 10 here. Trying to cap this drive with the pass. It's complete to the left. They'll finally put the brakes on him at the 3. A big throw, catch and run on that one. 1st and goal, and a great opportunity to slice into this lead. From the gun, looking for a man. Into the hallelujah land. Touchdown Tide. Well, they started with horrible field position, but ended with perfect field position in the middle of the end zone.
It all comes down to execution, Reese. You've got to have guys going out and doing their jobs. You saw the offensive line out front. They were physical. Skill players made it happen with the ball in their hands, and the quarterback really showed command on that last drive.
Fielded in the end zone, it's Austin.
And that's not what you want out of that kick return. If you're that return guy, you've got to make something happen. You've got to be able to make a guy miss. That's why you're back there in the first place, because of your athleticism, but you have got to be able to generate better field position on that kickoff return.
Lining up in the Wildcat, let's see what they've got. On the direct snap, it's Austin. They finally get a hold of him, knocking him down behind the line of scrimmage. He had been running wild.
And that's a great job by the defense, understanding exactly the situation, understanding to stay home, play sound. No matter who gets the football, we're going to run to the football hard. We're going to cage the football, be disciplined. Nice job by the defense.
On the direct snap, it's Austin. Breaks into the open. That's the end of the quarter, and Tennessee has the lead. We've played one. Before we move on, let's have a look at the stats. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game as we open the second quarter. First play of the period, first down here. On the snap, it's Austin. This time he doesn't get loose, and finally the defense gets him bottled up behind the line. We thought we'd see a little wildcat formation in this spot, and here it is. Direct snap. It's Austin. Ball is loose. Recovered by the defense, and he's off. They drag him down pretty quickly, but the defense forced a big turnover.
Man, and it was just the impact of the hit that dislodged the football from the ball carrier. There was a heat-seeking missile coming in there, and he knocked that thing loose.
Wants to throw. It's Daniels. Trying to find the end zone. They've got it down to the 3-yard line. Really well done on that throw and catch. Back to pass. Back's got it. He's down at the 1, and they almost had the touchdown pass on that one. They'd love to make this short field pay off with a touchdown instead of settling for 3, but it is... And he's going to take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Alabama!
Man, it's not an accident. They're featuring this guy. His second receiving touchdown of the game. That's your job as a coach. Find my playmakers, get them the ball so they can do damage and have games like this right here.
And he added the extra point.
Tennessee, 16, Alabama, 14.
The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. Coming out with it, it's Austin. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. So they come to the line, and the Wildcat going to give them a different look. On the direct snap, it's Austin. Turning it on. Got enough for the first, and he's still going. The 40. The 30. He's at the 20.
That's 3 for the young fella. I mean, smelling the end zone. Anytime he gets near it, you know he's going to lower his shoulder, do whatever it takes to get in the end zone. The hat trick, the 3rd touchdown.
Lining up for the PAT. The extra point is good, and they have a 9-point lead. That one's going to get a little star marked beside it on the play sheet. One play, explosive, touchdown just like that. They're set to kick it off. Do you think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? He'll bring it out. It's Barnes. Gets it out to the 20, about 5 yards short of where he'd be if he'd just taken a knee in the end zone. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. Looking for a man. It's Daniels. Right on the money. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. So now it's 2nd and long.
This slot receiver gives defensive coordinators nightmares. You have got to double him.
Into the secondary on the right. He just brought some serious energy, making that huge play and getting it all the way down to the 23-yard line.
And after that long completion for the first down, did you see everybody sprinting to the line of scrimmage offensively? They want to go tempo right now.
They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion. Alabama quickly back to the line. Looking downfield on first down. They're working that left side. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. To the air on second down. And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9. They'll hurry to the line here to try to get off that third down play. From the gun, wants to pass. He caught it! And into the end zone. Touchdown, Crimson Tide.
Man, I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. You want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement, and be like, listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He gets a block. Dynamic on kick returns, and that one puts his offense in business. Lining up in the Wildcat, let's see what they've got. Sends it back in motion. On the direct snap, it's Austin. Got enough for the first. And the tackle was made, but there has been a flag thrown. A solid gain on that one, and it goes for naught as the penalty will back them up. We thought we'd see a little Wildcat formation in this spot, and here it is. On the direct snap, it's Austin. Out of the crowd, and now he's got room. A huge play, and they get it all the way to the 45-yard line.
Offensive coordinators feel really smart when the run game opens, especially early in the game, because now everything is at their disposal, and the defense is already on their heels.
Creates a little space. There he goes. And there they go again with another huge gain on the ground. He's finally run out of bounds. So they come to the line, and the Wildcat going to give him a different look. On the snap, it's Austin. Running to Green. Knocked out of bounds and sticking with that running game as they get deeper in the red zone. Lining up in the Wildcat, let's see what they've got. Direct snap, it's Austin. Headed to the end zone. Touchdown ball! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
You know, there's so many coaches out there in 2-minute situations at the end of the half with the lead that'll just be happy taking the lead into halftime. This guy's staying aggressive, though. Pedal to the metal, David, and you saw it paid off there for the touchdown.
And let's finish this half now. Now, we got a nice lead. Built a little bit of a lead, but the defense has to go back out there. There's still a little bit of time, so get that stop to keep that momentum you just got, and everybody will be jacked up at halftime.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Fielded in the end zone. It's Barnes. That is a decision he will likely regret. He brings it out of the end zone, and he's knocked down at the 10. We'll see them really hit the speed button on the tempo here in the final minute of the first half. Dropping back, it's Daniels. Looking left. And they won't make the connection going for the big play.
The offensive line and the hog mollies up front take a lot of the brunt, a lot of the blame, a lot of the time. That absolutely was not on them. The QB could not find anywhere to go with the football. Apparently they're running the new zone coverage with 75 guys in the back end because literally the man could not find anyone. Instead, got licked while he was throwing the football.
On third and long, trying to have a big completion here. Throws for the tight end. Got his man. They pick up the first down. They'll mark him at the 34. Got to be expeditious here. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Alabama comes to the line with 1st and 10. Looking to throw on first down. Now he'll let one fly down the left side.
Missed opportunity on offense. QB and receiver just not on the same page there.
Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. The play action fake. Lets it fly. Makes the grab on the big throw. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for one or two more plays. They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half. Wants to throw on first down. Throws to the wideout. He's got an open man. He'll be brought down, and that's the final play of the half. The Volunteers will try to kick this one deep to get things underway in the second half. He'll bring it out. It's Barnes. Gets it across the 30 to the 31. Nice pickup on the return there. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. They ought to have some confidence based on that first half performance, but they certainly can't let up in a game like this.
And I think this possession is really, really important. And I say that because they had a lot of success, but they're still losing because the defense can't stop anyone. They need to set the tone here in the second half.
And it's exactly that, David. You got to create momentum here early in the second half. You only do that by going out, marching the ball down the field, and scoring right away, trying to put pressure on the opposing offense.
They've got it down to the 32. First and 10 coming. To the air. It's Daniels. Steps away to find some room.
I think he did a really good job, first of all, keeping his eyes downfield. You could see he wanted to throw the football. But when it's not there, don't force it. Tuck it down. Get some positive yards.
Looking to fire. Unloads to the wideout. A strike downfield. He was working his way toward that goal line. They'll stop him at the 2 after the big play up top. Looking to throw. Gets it out fast. Touchdown, Bama! And here they come, almost all the way back.
Have a day, young fella. I foresee some social media posts in his future. Not one, not two, but 3 receiving touchdowns on the day. What a ball game.
And he made the extra point without problem. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. On the move from inside his 5. Makes a move. He's on the loose. He goes out of bounds at the 38-yard line, and just spectacular work from the return unit on that one. We thought we'd see a little wildcat formation in this spot, and here it is. Gets the back moving. On the direct snap, it's Austin. They forged ahead just a bit. Not a lot working with the wildcat there.
At the 36-yard line. Brings up second down.
So they come to the line, and the wildcat going to give them a different look. On the direct snap, it's Jordan. Wildcat look didn't get much. Picked up a few on that one.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
They'll turn to the wildcat to keep this drive alive. Motion from the back. On the direct snap, it's Austin. Got the first down and more. This is the kind of performance, guys, that sort of etches your name in the roar of a rivalry.
And playing big in this big moment, on this big stage, it is so nice to have a playmaker like that you can highlight, that you can focus on, that you can trust in.
He was so excited coming into this game, too, because he knows that oftentimes your legacy as a player is defined by how you play in rivalry games like this.
He's got the first down, and they did a brilliant job getting them out flanked with the Wildcat.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
And this one will be stopped for no gain. Lining up in the Wildcat. Let's see what they've got. Snap to the back. And they'll drag him down. That's likely the last play of the third quarter. We've come to the end of the period, and Tennessee leads it. And sitting in a good spot as we wrap up the third. Let's take a look at our game stats while we have a break in the action. When you're dealing with a deficit like this, it's all about somebody stepping up to make a play, and you might as well start here in the fourth quarter. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Defense played the Wildcat very well on that one, stopping them for a short gain.
Offense facing fourth down.
They'll try to convert from the Wildcat. On the snap, it's Austin. And that decision will be questioned for a while.
Hey, if you're going to go for it on fourth down, if you decide to run the football, you've got to be sure up front that you're going to win in the trenches. They didn't get it done that time. They need to be more physical moving forward. They're going to try to do that again in the same type of situation in this game.
Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical in pass deep.
And the big tight end, a lot of times that's a bigger strike zone, a bigger dude, and you can tell they put the hit on him, and that ball came out, and it came to the turf. Nice job playing physical by this defense.
Another incompletion on third down.
Great job by this defense. They started the drive with the offense backed up, in the shadow of their own end zone. Nice job being aggressive, keeping them there, and now they're going to have a chance to flip the field and really give their offense good field position.
On target over the middle. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the first down. The Crimson Tide comes to the line with the 1st and 10. Takes the handoff. It's Jordan. Just gets it to the 28, pickup of 1.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage. Trying play action. Bringing the heat. Just too much mustard on that one. Can't miss the target that badly.
It's so nice when you know it's third and long, you know a pass is coming, you worked on it all week, get your feet set at the sticks, understand that quarterback's got to be rushed, get him off of this spot. Nice execution by this defense.
And this will fall incomplete, and they'll turn it over on downs.
I'll tell you, man, analytics in college football now are changing the way coaches think about down and distances. And listen, I know there are probably some metrics out there that say you should go for it in that situation because the percentages are telling you you got a good shot at keeping the football and keeping possession. That time, though, they're not able to come up with it. They've now given up the football with their backs to the wall. The defense now is going to have to dig them out of this hole.
We thought we'd see a little Wildcat formation in this spot, and here it is. Got some room, headed to the goal line. expect, that didn't take very long.
It didn't, Reese, and you've got to make great field position count. When you've got opportunities, you got to pay it off. And the offense took advantage, scoring a touchdown. Didn't have far to go, but they got the points they needed.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. And the extra point is good, and the lead is 9 here in the fourth. That's exactly what you want to do when you have that type of field position. Strike quickly, and they did. One play, and they put it on the board. He'll bring it out. It's Hardy. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. That fourth down gamble didn't pay off on the last drive, and it led to giving up a scoring drive, David.
Yeah, and everybody wants to go for it on fourth down. Everybody wants that, but your defense sometimes has to bail out your decision-making. Decided to go for it, we didn't get it. The defense, Jesse, didn't come up big and prove me right.
Yeah, not complimentary football, no doubt. But look, this offense has been in these situations before. So
he's getting ahead of steam. He'll move it up to the 37-yard line, and it'll be a first down. Alabama pushing the tempo.
Well, I'll tell you, he picked a good time to have his longest run of the day. Really nice job there, feeling the pressure, buying himself some time, and then taking off and getting more. He's just so gifted when he's in the open field. That's going to really give a jolt to his offense.
Defensive coordinators draw up all these blitzes, and then you got a guy like that, and he just can roll, and he can get out of things. He's a magician, just pops out of things, makes plays. He got outside the pocket, incomplete pass, but you know what? I was still holding my breath the whole time.
Scanning the field, it's Daniels. Unloads it left. Makes the grab. Across the 50 and down and out of bounds at the 44. A good pickup on that one. They cross midfield at the 45 with a 1st and 10. Wants to go up top on first down. Got his man downfield. Just what this offense was looking for. Sets him up at the 26 with the first down. Trying to get everybody set with the clock still running. They just keep firing. Looking to the big tight end. Complete to the left. Defense knocks him down immediately after the catch, but now they're facing a goal-to-go situation from the 7. He's looking to throw. Touchdown Tide! You thought they were done. They're not. They're back, baby!
Yeah, and that's step one. Great job by this offense getting in the end zone. Now you got to go get the stop. You got to get the football back. You got to find a way to do something to create a turnover, get an onside, to get the football back, to get back in this football game.
Lining up to add another. And with the extra point, every little bit counts as they get closer. Just over a minute and a half to play as they line up for the onside kick in what is likely their last gasp in this game. Few anxious moments there, but the hands team true to its name as they make the grab and get the ball. These onside kicks are nearly impossible anyway, but you have to at least give them a chance by getting the ball 10 yards. They'll take the penalty and take over with the lead. So they come to the line, and the Wildcat going to give them a different look. Direct snap. It's Austin. And he forged ahead just a bit. Not a lot working with the Wildcat there. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Lining up in the Wildcat. Let's see what they've got. Back has it. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. On the direct snap, it's Austin. Past the sticks, and he may get more. So the offense, more than happy with the result of the play, will decline the penalty. As a defense, you hate to let them move the chains on a penalty, but that's what they did. It's 1st and 10. And the quarterback will just drop to a knee.
I know you took a loss on 1st down there trying to run the football, but you've got the lead, and you've got to continue to run the football. And this is a big challenge now for your offensive line. Those guys up front, you've got to find a way against a defense that knows you're going to do it.
Quick timeout call by the offense after the play.
Timeout, Tennessee.
We thought we'd see a little wildcat formation in this spot, and here it is. On the direct snap, it's Jordan. He'll be pulled down after a good run. They'll mark it at the 15.
And I think the defense would be really happy with where they're at right now. If they knew they had held their stud down to his little yards, but they're trailing. And this is the time where he's going to get the ball even more. So they got to be ready for him. It's going to him. He's a great back, and they've done a pretty good job all day.
On the direct snap, it's Jordan. And he'll be tackled, but there is a flag on the field. They'll decline that penalty, obviously very happy with results of the play. The defense uses a timeout, and we are down to 11 seconds left to play. They'll keep the offense on the field on 4th down already with a 1-possession lead. On the snap, it's Austin. Headed to the end zone. And he gets it into the end zone for the touchdown. And it's not just a touchdown. It is a dagger in this game.
Someone say run the clock. Someone say I don't need to add points. But here's the thing. It's your job to stop them on defense. Now listen, the handshakes, they might get a little bit interesting after this game, but the offense did their job.
And the extra point is good, and the lead is 9 here in the 4th. So they take advantage of good starting field position, move the ball 35 yards. And they finished it with a beautiful 15-yard run for the score. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. Fielded in the end zone, it's Hardy. That is a decision he will likely regret. He brings it out of the end zone, and he's knocked down at the 10. After this, it'll be a wrap. To the air, it's Daniels. Throws to the tight end. Working that left side. And they fight him to the bitter end, all the way down to putting some more numbers in the stat column, but they'll come up a little short as time expires. Tonight it's Tennessee who will celebrate its victory throughout the Volunteer State as they have turned back the tide to lay claim to this rivalry once again. Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football. chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Not quite in rhythm there. Incomplete.
You see the offense trying to dial up the quick game there with the RPO, and I like the idea of trying to get playmakers the space out in the right flat of the field, see what can happen, but you need a more accurate throw.
Caught behind the line. It's Howard. And that had all the makings of Bart beat windshield, but how about the little corner taking on the big tight end and keeping him from getting the first? That was almost picked off, and what a disaster that would have been to throw a pick on the opening drive. Instead, it's fourth down. So the last thing you want to do is start the game, first drive, go 3 and out. They won't do that here. They might go 4 and out, but they'll try to convert here. On fourth down, trying to find his man. Makes a catch, first down and maybe a lot more. And they finally make the tackle, but this will be a pretty easy conversion for this offense. And the Wolverines getting set on 1st and 10. Looking to throw, it's Jordan. Makes the catch, it's Johnson. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down.
Well, that's a really nice job surveying the field and delivering an accurate throw. You know, when I think back to Michigan quarterbacks, I think of guys like Elvis Grbac or Tom Brady, Jim Harbaugh, Brian Griese, guys that could hurt you throwing the ball from the pocket, surveying the field, reading defenses, and making quick decisions. This guy has the ability to do all of those things.
Got it in the middle, it's Howard. They get him corralled, but not until he's in the red zone. They'll mark it at the 14. DB's locked up tight on the receivers. They'll run it in the red zone. It's Jordan. Headed to the end zone. He goes out of bounds, and he is really close to the goal line there, knocking on the door.
So far, it's been a rough first drive for this defense, but I tell you what, guys, all can be forgotten if they can bow up and make a stand right here. You got a goal-to-go situation. You know they're going to try to be physical. The field's already shrunk. Get some momentum back right here. Get a big stand. At least hold them to 3.
And the D denied them on 2nd and goal. Wants to go up top. Extending the play. Bought a little time. Lets it go. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Wolverines!
How about that first drive by the offense? Usually script the first 10 plays. Well, I had one extra. It only took 9. Great job moving down the field, stringing plays that look like other plays together, and getting this opening drive touchdown.
Looking to throw. Here's the pressure. Looking to convert the 2, and he will not. The defense gets to him with the sack. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. On the run from inside his own 5. He'll go out of bounds at the 22-yard line, and that's where this offense will take over. They're lining up in the Wildcat. Let's see what they have dialed up for this one. Direct snap. It's Austin. Slithers into space. Breaks into the open. Defense caught out of position, and they get him down finally at the 38.
For offensive coordinators, you see big runs like this in the first half, man, it gets you excited because it opens up the whole playbook. Everything I have to use. I like all these.
Direct snap. They found a little running room out of the Wildcats, still short of the first down marker.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on first down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
The Vols in a good spot here with second and short. They'll run the quarterback sneak.
And nice job by this defense. You kind of knew something like this was coming. Great job. You got to get penetration. First thing you have to do is get up under that center. Make it really hard for him to go forward right now. Nice penetration, stopping the quarterback sneak in its tracks.
He'll keep it on the sneak. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
And David, on 3rd and inches right there, that's often a decision the quarterback predetermines. Who's my best guard? That's the guy I'm going to try to get behind.
And I know that defensively, too, but I'm just trying to dive and create a pile, but it's so hard to stop that play. That's why you see it ran so successful.
Heading in the opposite directions now as we crank it up in the second.
Tennessee, 0.
They've got a first down here to open the period. On the run, it's Lewis. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Well, they want to come out and try to get the run game established, but up front defensively, they made a play. They gave up nothing on that one.
Got to find some breathing room if you're going to establish yourself on the ground, and there wasn't any that time.
Yeah, Reese, I wonder now if this offense is maybe going to try to get to the perimeter of the field and see if they can use their speed to hurt this defense.
Snap to the back. Wildcat look didn't get much. Picked up a few on that one. They'll break out the Wildcat to try to move the chains. They'll move the tight end. Back has it. They get him on the ground, but it'll be enough for the first down. And they might mark that down to use the Wildcat again.
And they just kind of sneaked that one in there as a defensive guy, 3rd and 5+. I'm thinking pass. They were thinking pass, Palmer, and they slipped the run in.
And it's so nice then to have this guy at running back too, right? Because you could throw it to him on 3rd down or hand it off. And he's got the vision and the athleticism to go pick up that first, keep the drive going.
So they come to the line, and the Wildcat going to give them a different look. Clock stops. We have reached the 2-minute timeout, and they've got a chance to lock this thing up before the break. Lining up in the Wildcat. Let's see what they've got. On the direct snap, it's Austin. And he's brought down, but a flag is also down. This defense happy with how that last play turned out, so they'll decline the penalty. Looking to convert, they'll go to the Wildcat. On the direct snap, it's Austin. Defense played the Wildcat very well on that one, stopping them for a short gain.
Now, 4th down.
Here comes the Wildcat. Watch out here. Back in motion. Try to clear the picture. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. They'll try to salvage a field goal on this drive. And he'll envision the ball flight as he lines it up from the right hash and 38 yards out. Just drives it between the uprights. The lead is down to a field goal. After putting 3 on the board, the kickoff unit ready to go. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. first snap of the drive from the 25. Looking to pass. It's Jordan. Dances away. Trying to make magic with his feet. And he gets out of there and gets some yardage and gets down without taking any punishment. Big chunk play to start this drive. Now they'll really try to take it to this defense. From the shotgun, the inside give. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down. Extra DBs on the field to defend the pass. Looking to throw on first down. Flushed out of the pocket. Creates a little room. A really nice run and gain, and he gets down to avoid taking punishment. The Wolverines will hustle to the line. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. Brought down just outside the red zone. He moves the chains. It's at the 22. And the Wolverines will snap it on 1st and 10. Dances away to buy time. He'll try to do it himself. Great job to get down with the slide after getting everything you could. The offense calls a timeout to stop the clock.
Yeah, I think you're just seeing the experience this guy has, right? He's so poised that initially he's flushed out of the pocket, nothing's open, and he doesn't panic. He's not throwing it away. He's not sliding early. He just knows where the defense isn't, and he's able to attack that space with his speed and get a positive play.
Pressure coming. It's a fumble. Defense covering it up and not letting the offense get it back. It's a over. Everything broke down. The quarterback tried to bail them out, but he ended up making things worse when he fumbled.
Yeah, I like the quarterback and his athleticism, extending the play and at least giving himself a chance, but you gotta finish. You still have to do a good job taking care of the football. That's priority number one, and he wasn't able to do that.
On the direct snap, it's Austin. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. They'll decline the penalty here and let the result of that play stand. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. On the snap, it's Austin. Got a little space. Turning it on. Got the first down and more. That's the way to get it out of your own end. Takes it all the way up to the 25 before going out of bounds. The Wolverines will boot it away to start the second half. Coming out with it, it's Austin. He's not even going to make it to the 20, much less the 25. He'll mark it out of bounds at the 18. We thought we'd see a little wildcat formation in this spot, and here it is. They'll send the back in motion. Direct snap. It's Austin. Crosses the 30. Turning on the Jets. He's at the 30. Inside the 10. Touchdown Volunteer. They take the lead with the 6.
This offense is high octane, boy. You just saw it. Not a lot of time needed for them to go all the way and score 6. Well done.
Two-point conversion attempt is on the way. On the direct snap, it's Jordan. He gets in there for the two-point conversion, and they now lead by 5. If only it were always this easy for the offensive coordinators. One play, big chunk yardage, put points on the board just like that. And he's not going to take the touchback. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. They botched a scoring opportunity the last time they had it, fumbling inside the 20, and now a chance to put up something here. He'll get it up to about the 32-yard line before he's stopped, and it'll be first down. They moved the chains on the ground last time. Let's see if they try to hit him up top. Might as well give it to him again. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Dropping back, it's Jordan. Finds the tight end. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a first down at the 43. Now 7 defensive backs on the field getting ready for a passing down. Running back searching for a hole. Not a whole lot of progress made there on the short run. After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. From the gun, the running back looking for room. And the defense makes the stop after a minimal gain. It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Steps away. And the defense picks up a sack. The quarterback down at the 44. The pocket broke down, and the quarterback had to take the sack.
Really impressed by this pass rush, Reese. Just guys winning their individual battles one-on-one up front. They're able to get to the quarterback.
He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Unloads to the right. And it's knocked away, and they don't convert on 4th down.
And those 4th down stops are so huge for momentum to turn the ball back to your offense. Great pass defense, seeing the ball, breaking on it, swatting it down so the receiver couldn't make a play. Nice job by this defense.